We're at 4490 West National Road in Vandalia, Ohio. Doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, things of that nature. This is on a septic. I can see the lid. It's probably 50 feet away, maybe. The clean out here does have a sweep on it, which is, I'm going to try to see. I don't think I'm going to be able to. But as you can see, the clean out here is on the back half of the garage. And so we will be unable to inspect, and the lid is over there. We'll be unable to inspect the line going backwards into the house. I'm just hoping to have a little bit better access on the. A lot of times now they'll put these clean outs in and they're two-way, so you can go both directions. This one, as we go down in it, you'll see it has like a sweep on it, so it forces my camera to go one direction. So we are going to be going from here out to the tank. I do have a little bit of a standoff on the camera. It just kind of holds it up into the center. Based off the age of the house and the plumbing changes, this may all be PVC, which would be really good news. And you can see there's a little bit of haze on the front of the camera from when I put it in, so if I see anything that's a little strange, I'll have to go back and we'll clean the line off, or clean the camera off, excuse me, and then we'll go back through the line. But hopefully when I get all the way out to the tank, I can inspect it, check it out. There we go. There's a little bit of water there. So we have a little bit of a belly. It's not drastic, as you can tell. The only time it goes over top of the lens is while I am pushing, and it's because this looks like a grease ball or something. It's kind of hard to tell what this is. But we're going to try to push this out. Try to push this all the way out into the tank. That would help. There's definitely some buildup here. So if I can get this to push all the way into the tank, that would help immensely, probably even on the amount of water that's in this thing. There we go, right there we are into the tank. So you can see where it opens up. So I'll try to pull back again and see how much of this has drained since I did this. So it is dragging. I don't know when the last time this tank was pumped, but I think what I may do is go in and run some water so we can see how this is flowing. I don't know how long the house is. It looks like somebody's living here, so but I want to try to find out what's kind of see where the water is flowing. It looks like I'm dragging back the stuff that I was trying to push. I was kind of hoping to be able to push that along. all the way back, and then we're going to push all the way out again. Here we are at the Y, at the clean out. Okay, I'm going to clean the camera off. I'm going to pause the video, and then I am going to see about going in and running some water, seeing if I can kind of flush this line out a little bit with the little addition to my camera there. We might be able to push this stuff through here and get a better look at it. So again, I'm going to pause the video. We're going to go run some water. Okay, so I'm going to run some water here. There's a hose right next to the clean out, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to run some water with this hose, and then that way we can kind of watch as we go. Watch that water, see if we can just kind of flush the line out just a little bit using regular regular flow. That way we can just kind of witness what's going on in there. It should help. We get to see kind of what that looks like. Make sure, because there was a little bit of buildup, and so it could just be from years of use. I mean, you have a lot of fabric softener, liquid fabric softener, and also, grease from the kitchen could be causing a little bit of build up there in that spot, and I just pushed it loose with the camera. And so we're just going to get a little bit better look at this. The line structurally looked pretty good. I don't see any breaks or root intrusion, and it is all PVC. But then in through here, looks like because of that belly, I'm getting a little bit of build up, and so it's not really uncommon to find a belly, especially in a septic line, because they're usually so close to the surface that they tend to sink a little bit when they're backfilled. And then in this case, you're also underneath a driveway, and so again, it's not real uncommon to find something like this. You can see we're at the tank again. And so again, it's not, and it seems to be flowing well, but with those little bit of solids and stuff that we found in there, just want to make sure that we can push some of this stuff out through here. So, okay, I'm going to turn the water off. We'll let this, tell you what, I'm actually going to, we don't want to run too much through here, just because, we don't want to put too much water. I mean, it's no different than running a shower or something, but we don't want to flow water through here for too long. But just want to see how easily the solids come out of the line and stuff. And so the water level obviously is going to increase because of the... See, it looks like there was a repair made at some point or something, because there's a line right here where there's a joint between two sections of pipe. It looks like that's where the belly ends, is right at that section. And so since we're doing this, I'm going to pause the video and I will locate the end of the belly right here, and then I will pull back to the beginning of it once the water drains down and everything, and I'll also mark that end of it. So I'm going to pause the video and mark the end of this belly. Okay, so we ran some water through there for a while, and I'm going to have to turn off the transmitter for a second, and we'll pull back. We'll look and see where the beginning of that belly is. Let's see how much, because there obviously is a belly from about 48 feet back to, so it looks like everything's clear in that belly. It's about a medium-sized belly. It's getting to the point where it's just about half the diameter of the pipe. And the deepest spot is there around 40, 41. Looks like we're coming back out. So 48 beginning. I'm looking to find another connection where this starts from. And so right about here, about 28 feet. So I'm going to mark this spot right here, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to pause the video here again and get a mark. So it's roughly about 20 feet here, and it is under the driveway. I am going to put a dot approximately where this is, and then I will reference it in the report between about 28 feet and 48 feet. There is a medium, minor to medium belly. There was a little bit of solids in there, and so that's what we were trying to flush out there to see, make sure that it's moving, because I think there had a little bit of a buildup of grease, which is pretty normal to sit there in that belly when you're running grease through your sink. Things you don't realize. I think I mentioned earlier that also some fabric softener coming out of your washing machine. Those liquid fabric softeners can also congeal and create those things, and I think that's what those chunks were. And so we'll have this marked, and then it'll be referenced in the thing, and we'll finish the in the report, and we'll finish the inspection. So we're 1'6", 1'5" to the invert, and this actually is good. It's all in the grass, so this probably just sunk when it was bedded. The good news is the stuff underneath the driveway is from there. I'm right at the edge of the driveway, and as we pull back, this is all underneath the driveway. So this is all in really good shape. You just have that belly from about the edge of the driveway to right before it exits the tank. Like I mentioned, there were no signs of backup or anything, and so all the water flowed and escaped, as you can see, and so it's not causing any current issues. But probably you could have a licensed plumber take a look at this video and see what they think as far as if they think it's a major issue. The line is PVC, and so since it is holding all that water and it's not leaching out into the ground, that would cause a bigger problem, because if it was leaching the water out, it would leave the solids to remain, and that's where it usually causes blockages. When you have a belly like that and it's as long as it's still holding water, the water will overtake that belly, especially at the level that it is here. You know, it's half or less of the pipe diameter. Then it will escape and should carry the solids. And so I think by me pushing that chunk of grease out, that's a good thing, just to kind of have less material that's down in that belly, and it should be wide open and flowing freely. So it is open and flowing freely at the end of this inspection, and so I will mark the belly in the report like I mentioned earlier, and it is marked. It'll be marked with 2 flags, 2 green flags and a little bit of paint, just for reference. But that is that was the only issue. Everything else looked great in the line. So that'll end the inspection at 4490 West National Road in Vandalia, Ohio.